Texas Stadium long have been corridors of power in the National Football League. But this season, the Dallas Cowboys' usual stroll to the playoffs became a maze out of which they could not find their way. In one glorious moment, the Cowboys fielded their finest squad ever. Unfortunately, this club could not help Tom Landry, for it was comprised of players elected to the Silver Anniversary team. Absent this season were 9 key veterans. Instead of household names like Pearson, Martin, Donovan, and Dupree, the roster of America's team was somewhat anonymous. This silver season had a different look, one where the Cowboys fell back to spring ahead. A year that offered glimpses of brighter horizons. Opening night saw the team touch down in Los Angeles, where quarterback Gary Hogeboom sent the Cowboys airborne with 350 yards passing. The defense intercepted 5 passes to seal a 20-13 victory. The Cowboys went on to win 4 of their first 5 games with a cavalcade of game-breaking plays.
First down, we got a little quick screen to Renfro, who's throwing deep to Donnelly, and it is caught, and it is a touchdown! Boy, they're coming like gangbusters. If you get off the screen, Dorsett at the 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield, one man to beat.
He's
to the
gone.
30-yard line.
He's gone. Hey.
That's a 70-yard touchdown for Tony Dorsett.
After 5 weeks, it seemed like business as usual, and the playoffs looked like money in the bank. On the surface, the Cowboys appeared to be quite dazzling, but their early successes proved merely cosmetic, for without makeup, they did not stand up to close inspection. The offense was never synchronized in 1984, scoring 171 fewer points than the previous year. They allowed 48 sacks and often broke down in critical situations. What began as an orderly march to the NFC Eastern title took an about-face, and the Cowboys were forced to retreat. The St. Louis Cardinals rolled to a 31-20 victory. Then the Washington Redskins pranced to an easy 34-14 win. Two shocking losses to division rivals were followed by a grim contest with the New Orleans Saints. Trailing 27-6 in the third quarter, the Cowboys launched the biggest comeback in their 25-year history. The rally was spurred by a defense that choked off the Saints' passing attack and finally caught them in a stranglehold in the fourth quarter.
Big play, 3 minutes left. Saints up by 7. Stabler to throw. Here comes the pressure. Shot! And the goal! Football! It is a touchdown! Randy White balled Stabler and the ball came loose. And Jeffcoat recovered. You gotta believe, Brad!
Jim Jeffcoat's touchdown sent the game into overtime and onto the toe of Raphael Septien.
The crowd will tell you if the Cowboys win on the kick. Good snap, good hold, kick up. Cowboys win!
The overtime win was a watershed victory for the Cowboys and focused attention on the special teams, a unit that went all out, all season. Here, rookies and young Cowboys began to build confidence and reputations. Youngsters like Billy Cannon, Carl Howard, Victor Scott, Vince Albritton, Steve Diassi, and Jeff Rohrer learned that solid hits were stepping stones to a starting job. Such a player is special teams captain Bill Bates, the Tennessee tough guy whose winning attitude, competitive spirit, and all-out play on coverage teams impressed many, including his coach.
I think Bill Bates had a lot to do with bringing the specialty player back again in the NFL. Just the fact that at the end of the year, the NFL alumni honored him as a special player. That's a tremendous boost for all those guys that play on those specialty teams. And it's contagious, really.
But what worried Tom Landry was supply and demand. The Cowboys desperately needed depth from the draft. Eugene Lockhart, the number 6 pick, studied under retiring star Bob Brunig, stepped into the middle linebacker slot and became known as Mean Gene, the hitting machine. Playing alongside All-Pro Randy White for a full season, transformed second-year defensive end Jim Jeffcoat from a player with potential into a potential star. Once Jeffcoat got the hang of the flex, he had quarterbacks on the end of a rope and collected 11.5 sacks. The failure to score a touchdown marked an offensive deficiency that plagued both Danny White and Gary Hogeboom for most of 1984. The quarterbacks, hamstrung by a severely depleted and crippled offensive line, never knew from week to week who was healthy enough to block for them. Lacking a solid pocket meant life on the run for both quarterbacks, and makeshift line combinations and injured receivers were largely responsible for the radical drop-off in point production. One player who did score points was number 30, Timmy Newsom, a battering ram near the end zone. Ron Springs, number 20, could turn ordinary plays into extraordinary touchdowns.
Over the middle, Springs, nice catch, gets away. 40-yard line, 30-yard line, 20, a foot race, 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys!
A welcome addition to the receiving corps was Mike Renfro. Renfro, acquired as a situation specialist, became a starter and produced the highest average per catch of any receiver. When he recovered from a shoulder separation, Tony Hill remained the premier deep threat. In an off year, number 80 still gained the most yards and scored more touchdowns than any Cowboy pass catcher. Tight end Doug Cosby was the most consistent and durable receiver. Number 84 is blessed with intense concentration and the willingness to take the toughest punishment an opponent can dish out. Cosby's reception total paced the Cowboys, and his 60 catches ranked second among tight ends in the National Football Conference. While their offensive woes were uncharacteristic, they were still in the casting call for the playoffs, a role which has always been tailor-made for them.
Changing the reading habits of the USA. USA Today.
I read it every day for news around the USA.
I read it every day for business that really pays.
I read it every day for weather that's on the way.
I read it every day
For sports that people play.
Every day for movies, books, and plays. At home or away, I read it every day. USA Today.
USA Today. You can read it every day and save in a big way. Just call 1-800-USA-0008 and subscribe now. you'll receive 3 months of the nation's most exciting newspaper delivered to your home or office for 10% off the regular price. That's 13 weeks, 65 issues for only $29.25. Major credit cards accepted. And if you call now, you'll also receive this attractive and durable USA Today tote bag absolutely free. Because you're busy, USA Today gives you more news in less time. Because reading a newspaper should be fun, USA Today is colorful and alive. Because getting all the facts shouldn't take all day, USA Today is complete and concise. Because USA Today is the paper to read every day, you should call now for your special subscription offer and free USA Today tote bag. USA Today.
I read it every day.
Just like my pals say, hey.
I read it every day.
To see who's hot today.
Every day for mergers on the way.
At home or away.
I read it every day.
USA Today.
Subscribe to USA Today and save in a big way. Get 13 weeks, 65 issues for just $29.25. Plus this fabulous tote bag absolutely free. Call 1-800-USA-0008. USA Today, the first thing to read for everything you need.
I read it every day.